my dear ones. This is a timeless, near personal love and spirituality reading for whomever is guided to watch it, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. This reading in particular is sponsored by an anonymous sponsor, NW. If you also want to support my channel, you can follow the donation link in the description box of this video. Take note that the reading can be in reverse for some of you. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for Taurus season that is up, or you can check out the pick a card and near personal readings on the first page of my channel. Click the headline of each playlist to see all the videos that the playlist contains, and to come to my first channel page, you click the little Queen of Cups icon here. And I'll start shuffling your cards, and I use the Majestic Earth Tarot, Storm and Wonder by J.D. HILDEGARD HINKEL. So, when I open your deck here, I see 10 of water together with 5 of water. So it's big ups and downs when it comes to your maybe romantic life, or your own emotions, or with a certain relationship in your life that's not maybe romantic at all times. So the 10 of water shows that we love this person to death, but they do disappoint us a lot. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Tower with the 5 of water. So something might have happened, you might have happened, so that this cycle of happiness and disappointment was broken, is what I felt. So this is something that kind of comes with divine forces. It's something that's destined and needs to happen. It's some kind of purge where we need to take away the old thing that wasn't working, and maybe start to heal from certain disappointments here. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we see 4 of trees together with 5 of water. So it shows that what happened with the 16, the Tower, it's 4 fours in the 16, was that you or your life or this relationship was scraping down to the barren ground, and the barren ground was your self-love. I think that was what triggered the Tower, that you didn't want to be in a relationship with this high ups and downs, loving the person to death and being so disappointed that it actually felt like maybe they ripped your heart out. But with this 4 of trees, it's very healthy. It's about taking healthy actions to make one's life worth living, basically, to make it more stable and more balanced and in tranquility, so that you make choices that's healthy to make your life healthy. So I call the 6 elements, and here we have the Union card together with the 5 of water. Yeah, okay. So this is a very beautiful card. It's an additional card to this deck. It has 5 elements in it, 5 elemental cards, and this is the elemental card of union. You heard me hesitate a little bit, and it's because I felt that for some reason you might still feel union with this person, even though the Tower might have broken down the situation. It's still this very profound connection. And I don't know with you, but I would want to see something new being built instead of holding on to this old. But I'll read this. The harmonization of the elements reveals spectacular beauty, a reminder to love all life and be grateful. Life on this planet is phenomenal, unlikely confluence of elemental forces. To be a witness is, if only for a wink of the universal eye, is both an experience of great pain and an ecstatic dance of unrestrained joy. The union of elements is a map for inner alignment. As creature of this majestic earth, we can reflect its harmony, its song, its majesty. Seek union through moments of gladness, gratitude, and awe. Journey into nature, be in magnificent places, go to the earth and listen. It will connect you. And it's this connection that worries me a little bit. But in other case, this card, of course, shows that you have come more into union with yourself. But we still have the Five of Cups here. It's stubborn, obviously. So it's the significator for this reading. How people might disappoint us, or how we might disappoint ourselves sometimes. It's also, I'm feeling that there's triggers in your brain that makes you kind of addicted a little bit to disappointment as well. If you are with a person that loves you one day and lets you down the next day, your brain might become addicted to this. If they then love you again and then disappoint you again and love you again and disappoint you again. And it's very hard to leave such a relationship. It can be almost impossible to leave such a relationship which has this kind of dynamic, because you become addicted and codependent. And you can also be addicted to feeling this highs and lows. So if you would meet someone that was maybe what I could say more normal, you would not feel these highs and lows, and you will feel that you are not really in love, that you are not as passionately in love as you were with this other person where there was these highs and lows. But what actually happened is that stable love is not supposed to take you on a roller coaster. And when it doesn't do that, it doesn't give you this chemical rush of addiction. So that can be something to ponder about. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in here for a few seconds to you and your situation. Okay. So we are going to do a spread that's called the Lifting Bird. And this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's Creature of Stone. So it has to do with the earth and the feminine principle, and the kind of the worship of the cow, the life that feeds us and gives of itself to regain more life. So it can be a big tree dying in the forest, and it gives the sunlight to new trees, and in the same time it becomes like the fertilizer for these new trees. And so it's very selfless giving of oneself, but it's also a harmony to this. It's also a bliss to be able to be accepting with whatever happens, and do your best in every situation, and kind of be very rock solid, like this rocks in the background. Be able to be very strong and resilient, and to be able to take life's challenges without maybe making too much fuss of it, crying when necessary, and being angry when necessary, but kind of never giving up. So it's a very resilient card. It's very typical for the feminine energy of being a mother, that you can be very, very tired of how your children behave, but you can't stop loving them no matter what they do. So, and it's a card also of being a wife, of being kind of the anchor of the home. And here we have Judgment. So it seems like the feminine principle, the part of you that gives and holds other people underneath their wing, and the principle that feed other people. You feed them with your empathy, or with your services, or with your love, or your kindness. This energy is starting to become more grown up. Okay, so it's not about I give to you so you will love me. It's more I give to you because this is how great I am. I'm this a person that have endless resources, and I give to you because I want to, not because I want you to love me. I already love myself. So it's much more grown up is what I'm feeling here. Okay, so, and this is your situation, and this is the challenge to this situation. This is how you deal with said challenge, and this is the intuition, what the intuition is telling you, and this is how you respond to the intuition, what you need to relax and accept, the next level, and this is the result, and it will be 3 cards for the result. So it's like 2 lifting birds, 1 big and 1 mini, and they both build like a heart. So this should be the essence of you, what you are working with right now. And this is the situation, and we have death, so it shows big transformations. Steep cliffs not only show resilience and a person being like stubbornly always there, not giving up on things. It's also about steep challenges. And what I'm feeling here is that it's sadness with the things that you might have been forced to leave behind, but you are not giving up. It's like you're coming out of the cave into the sunset. It's still no life here, but life can start to build. It's almost like there has been this tower or the volcanic eruption, and it laid waste to the land, but this is the ground for the new beginning. You can't build something new in your life before the old thing is taken away. It's when you maybe sell out a lot of stuff in your house, the rushes in new energy to take its place, new fresh energy. And it doesn't have to be stuff, it can be pure, beautiful energy. And sometimes we need to do this kind of like taking old things out of our life to make room for the new. And this is your challenge, and it's the spirit of clouds. So spirit of clouds can be overthinking, for example. That you're thinking a lot about problems and why did this person do this to me and how come, and back and forth. So instead of being able to be strong and resilient and take good care of yourself in your life, it might be that you're wasting a lot of energy onto thinking why other people can't behave in the way you want them to behave. And I need to tell you this right now, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself, and to be strong and take the best decisions possible in a situation, even real difficult ones that forever change your life, like with the death here, can be totally necessary in situations where we are dealing with people in a situation that is not healthy, or they are not supportive of you, or the situation is somewhat maybe even abusive. With the spirit of clouds, which is the King of Swords, it's about being able to see these kind of things, to listen to your inner judge and accept that, okay, so here comes the rain, here comes trouble, and I need to, because sometimes we don't want to listen to, we don't want to see the problems that we see. We can look at, for example, real abusive situations where the partner that's being the victimized doesn't leave the partner that being abusive, because they don't want to, they think they will be nice tomorrow. Okay, everything will be great again. We can forget about this, because they so much want the relationship. They are willing to sacrifice their own sanity, their own health, for those small moments when the person will act all right. And here with the Death and the King of Swords, I see it's being very hard for you to do that. If you are in a similar situation, it doesn't have to be this with an abusive person in a romantic relationship. It can be different things, like you don't liking your job, but you don't want to quit it because you don't know what will come when you have killed the thing. So you want to be logic and stay put, and you're trying to solve it mentally, and trying to find solutions to your problems, why you don't like it at your place of work, but you don't find any solutions, just a lot of heavy clouds here, a lot of heavy thinking that's kind of stealing your passion for life a little bit. And it's this, in this daring moment, to actually be prepared to sacrifice what it is, to open the door to new possibilities and get this fresh wind to come in. It can be very hard for people, and they rather stay in this hellhole, which they know, than to shut the door on it and see, okay, what will come next? Because we want stability, but there's no stability. We saw with the Tower, it comes and just sweeps away your stability and leaves only the things that's really stable, and that's your self-love, your self-worth, your own ability to tackle certain things and to be resilient and kind of in zen and in harmony and balance, whatever happens, real strong. And here we have the 9 of Stones. So this is a very good transition card when it comes to this. I'm starting to think a little bit about the current situation that we might be in as a population on Earth. Like many people are in isolation at this time because of recent events in our society. And this is just like a mirror on what's going on another scale, that we're actually withdrawing from certain life events that is not truly healthy for us, and it's not our highest interest. It's not even our destiny. We're not supposed to be in those places. If we love them, we are supposed to be there. If we are not happy in what we are doing, we are not supposed to be there. So we are supposed to do something else. And sometimes we need to withdraw and to figure out, okay, so from this point of view, she's living high up and she's looking out of this balcony and down on the hills. You have an overview of your situation. Sometimes when you have a distance to your situation, or you can see it from above, you can make better decisions. And it's also about sacrificing certain situation and surviving anyway. Okay, so you don't longer go to that job, or you don't call that guy up anymore that's always trouble, or you don't engage with your girlfriend that is always, canceling your different activities. She was supposed to join you on this event last month, last week, this week, and she never turned up. So here we are kind of, okay, so I wanted this good thing. I wanted to have a job that I loved, or a partner that I loved, or a best friend that I loved, but I didn't get it, and I can't control other people, and I can't make this work change. I have tried here I got headache so much did I try to figure it out. So here it's like taking a pause from it all and figuring out what in life is really worth something. What do you want to have back when this pause is over? So when you have taken distance from this friend, do you want to re-engage with them? When you have taken distance from this work a little bit, do you want to go back, or do your life need to change? And here's your intuition, and your intuition is saying 6 of Stones. So I'm thinking about this thing that I told you in the beginning about clearing out your home with the stuff you don't like. Sometimes we can, put all our stuff out in the garden or in the garage or whatever, and just take in the things we really love. And this card, for me, is about that. Make your life about the things you really love. Cut out all the other crap that you don't love, that doesn't add to your life quality. Work can add to your life quality because you can afford a house and maybe, change the roof when it's starting to leak and things like that. But it might need to come from another source than the current, if you're not liking it where you are. This is also about harmony. It's about more stillness, that you don't go chasing things on the outside when you're not happy on the inside. You need to make yourself happy on the inside, and then your life on the outside will be happy. So take care of your house, which your body, your kind of your experience on earth, and your soul and your little inner child, the kind of ignition of what's funny. This inner child always knows this is funny, this is not funny. This I want, this I don't want. So that's your good, keen intuition there. And this is a very good way to make a living. They can eat your scraps or crumbs from the ordinary dinner, and they will give you beautiful eggs. That's good protein. Okay. And if they live like this, they are much more happy than they would be in any factory where you buy your food, maybe in the grocery store. And here we have Strength card. So that's very, very beautiful, this combination, 6 of Stones and the Strength card. It shows that you are braver now than you ever were before, because with the Tower here, you have stand on the, and death, which you have as well. You have stand on the edge, verge of death, or the verge of, you have seen the possibility of having to give it all up in some way or another, maybe because you were able to saw the truth with your judgment, and all this thinking were leading to some kind of conclusion. And here you're very strong. You're seeing this is what's healthy, and this is how I'll get it. So you have the eye on the prize here, and you have decided on what you want, and you're going to be strong and resilient enough to get there. So this is very grown up, it's very mature, and it's very healthy, and it's very brave, because not all people dare to think outside the box. If I wouldn't do this for a living, what would I do? If I didn't live with this partner that doesn't make me happy, seems to disrespect me, what would I want instead? If I don't let my friends abuse me or, take me for granted, what kind of friends would I want instead? So it's all about having the eye on the goal, and maybe sorting out a little bit of the other things that doesn't seem to fit the situation. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Sometimes we just need to be a little bit more cool and a little bit less aggressive also in situations. Instead of always maybe running away or always trying to be right, we can just be listening to what another person says as well. Sometimes when I look at situations from the outside, other people's quarrels and things like this, it amazes me how we get triggered by such a feelings that we don't trust the other person that we are living with, for example. So we immediately jump into conclusion and get this very loud voice and starting to accuse them, or not even listening to what they have to say. Instead of saying, okay, I'm getting a little bit irritated now with what you're saying, but I want to give you an explanation, a time to explain yourself. So please explain yourself. Tell me, like, really make me understand what this is all about. And you also give feedback. So you mean that you don't want to do the dishes because you always walk with the dog? Is that what you think this should be? And they say, well, yes, because it feels more fair. And you say, okay, I'm not happy with being, stuck with the dishes, but okay, if this is your idea of justice, we will do that. Or you can say, okay, but now it's time for you to listen to me, and this is what I think. I don't want to always just do the dishes. We need to have a working schedule. So it's you don't always have to, react so much to different situations. Just watch, stay cool, say fewer words, listen more than you talk, ask more questions than you give answers, and try to be a little bit more, watching the situation and also caring for the other person, even if they are behaving like, I don't know, some untrained monkey escaping from the circus before they were able to train them. They still might do this because they are scared or they are angry and upset right now, and it doesn't add to the situation if you get angry and upset too. So try to keep your cool and don't run away. You can make a distance if you have decided upon. Here it seems like I decided to cut some heads, so you can keep your distance is fine. But when you're re-engaging here with people, which seems to happen, you need to be a little bit more cool, just don't react as much, listen more. And that's not because I think you are a bad listener. I think you are the only one that can save the situation. That's why I'm giving you that advice, not because I think you don't listen enough. So compared to the other person, you are a bad listener. It's not like that. It's because I want to give you an advice to live a happier life. And it's easier for me to give it to you, which because you are listening and the ball is in your corner. You can make this happen by being, more cool and less reactive. So relax and accept. And it's Tree of Water. So it's a kind of beautiful card. And it shows that there is love here in the world. You don't have to You don't have to feel so hopeless or feel so abandoned by God or the universe, or that there's only bad people everywhere. There is love here to be found. But when we sometimes only focus so much on struggling, fixing certain unfixable situations, we miss out on these beautiful situations. And also when we are so kind of waiting for the situation to turn to the worst or for the other shoe to drop, and we are not trusting the person we have in front of us, we also make it worse. So try to sort among your peers which people are actually on your side and add something to your life and which aren't. And the people that are, be more patient with them. Listen more than you talk, and specifically in these conflict situations, start to be more, carefree, and don't get so hooked up with what they are saying. Don't take it personally. Be more like, oh, maybe I'm lazy, can happen. Okay, so what do you want me to do to not be lazy in your eyes? So you can ask them. And here we have the Emperor's Domain. So this feels very healthy, actually. It feels like you come home to yourself and you are this cool individual that's not get triggered by, drama. You don't get triggered by people's opinion of you. You don't get triggered about worrying how your life is going to become, because you feel in control. If things go south, you feel that you have the capacity to fix things. You're not giving up on yourself. You're not giving up on your life. If you want a job, either you will create an idea in your head that will give you money, or you will send out your CV to as many people that needs to have it so you can get a job. And whatever it takes, you will fix it because you have the power. And it's the same thing if you want friends or if you want partnerships or romance. You go and get it. And also, what I said in the beginning, don't hook up with people that is where you feel that there's a problem and you want to fix it. Don't fix the problem. Try to meet a person that, not having a lot of problems that needs to be fixed. It's not a less passionate relationship. It's actually here you can experience this kind of harmony with people instead of always having the drama. And this is the result, and it's Ace of Water. So it seems like new love or new opportunities, new dreams are being ignited, new fresh things are coming in, through this place that was, you had to kill it. You had to give it up. But you actually came out of the cave. So it's almost like you have left some kind of cave person mentality where we fought a lot and feared a lot and tried to be secure. And, even if we hated our lives, it was secure. And now it's more you are aiming towards your destiny and your dreams and what's really making you happy. So I think your inner child in this picture is getting some fun finally. And then we have the creature of cloud, and she's married to the spirit of clouds here. So it seems like you have taken the edge of this. It's a little bit overthinking, a little bit seeing too much problems maybe. So here instead you are sharp. You can judge people. You can judge situation as good and bad, but you don't go crazy about it. You just do something about the situation and be done with. You don't think back and forth and cloud your mind as much. You actually just take action, and you're more sure of yourself that you're allowed to do the things that will be necessary to improve your situation. Go to your boss and say, these guys, they're bullying me. You need to take them by the ear and we need to fix this. I'm not taking it anymore. So you need to be more like that, more sure of yourself, more sure that you have the right to exist and say your meaning. You don't have to suffocate yourself. You don't have to stay in unbearable situations. So this is freedom in this card here. Freedom, because you don't have to always be just nice. I'm not saying that you need to become a big biatch. I'm just saying that you don't have to bow before. It's almost like you're fearful of your own power. So if you would go and say to the boss, what will happen? Would you lose your job? And you become like overthinking, caveman mentality, staying in the cave. Even if it's more funnier outside, you stay there and rot. And here you don't. So that's a big difference. It's a big difference. You believe in yourself enough to go and tell them straight to their face. Okay. And then we have Stewart Off Water. So I'm feeling this is the little child in this card again. Feeling up for an adventure. Maybe wants to meet a new partner or like partner, romantic, friendship, or even a partner in the sense finding a creative partner, or the creativity being the partner. That was what I'm trying to aim towards. So for example, you love to paint, so you start painting these beautiful oil paintings, and that's what you do. That's what your inner child wants to swim towards. So this is it's very hopeful reading. You're leaving something behind that didn't work out anyway. Didn't work. It wasn't helpful. It wasn't happy. You were always disappointed. Even if there were high, there was extreme lows as well. And I'm not saying you're supposed to live your life flatline like this, but you needed this good judgment. And now when you have it, you can make your life more happy. So decide what it is that you want to experience before you die and go do it, because that's where your destiny lies. And if you have an idea, something that you want to do that could generate money in some other way than going to this work that you don't seem particularly happy about, try and see if you can make it happen now. If you are anyway on lockdown for the recent events in society, you have maybe time to do this as well. Okay, so I hope this helps. And I will actually take an oracle card for you as well, of course. And we will take Nature's Whispers oracle with Angela Hartfield, and Josephine Wall has done the amazing arts on this. So it's this one. Seek Beauty. Okay, beautiful card as well. I will read this for you. 44. This is a time to reflect on love and to seek out beauty, create memories, take time to enjoy your experiences, celebrations, and special occasions. The recollection of happy moments will support you. Look not only in the world around you, but also within. Seek out the loving qualities that you appreciate about yourself. Search for your own beauty. Look at yourself and the world around you from a new perspective. So it's very beautiful. It's like you're at this point where you're reflecting and finding out what can beautify your life, what can make it magnificent, what can truly make it worth living. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. And if you want to support my channel, you can do so not only by watching, but also by commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. You can also donate to my channel through the link in the description box underneath the video. Or you can make Google donate to my channel by clicking my ads or watch them for 30 seconds or to the end of the ad, whichever comes first. That is keeping my humble revenue up so that I can free up time to make content for you on this channel. And I want to thank you so much in advance. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful and loving viewers. And until next time, stay blessed and bye-bye.